In the battle for hearts and minds on campus, the front lines aren't just in the classroom anymore. They're on your walls. Today, we're diving into the new frontier of institutional identity, where really every single surface is a huge opportunity to tell your story.
And this is the core challenge, isn't it? Every facilities manager, every brand manager faces this. You need these high-impact visuals that just define your space, but you can't afford to shut down a whole corridor for days or deal with a messy, disruptive installation or, completely blow your budget. So what's the answer?
Well, in the ring today, we have two heavyweights in the world of large format graphics. In one corner, you've got the reigning champion, traditional vinyl wraps. And in the other corner, a really powerful challenger with a kind of a knockout punch, direct-to-wall printing. Let's see who comes out on top. Okay, so the difference here is actually pretty simple, but it is profound. Direct-to-wall printing uses some seriously advanced tech to integrate your design right into the architecture itself, making it literally a part of the wall. Vinyl, on the other hand, is basically a sticker, a layer that you apply on top. And this fundamental difference has huge implications for everything from durability to maintenance to your bottom line.
This is where direct-to-wall printing really starts to shine. I mean, just look at this list. It's basically a solution to all your biggest headaches. It's seam-free, so you don't have any of those ugly edges that peel or collect dirt. It's deployed rapidly, which means you drastically minimize downtime. It's highly durable, which is perfect for those high-traffic areas. And, get this, it's paint-over ready. Your next brand refresh just became a total breeze.
Now, vinyl is the familiar choice for a reason, right? There are plenty of vendors, it's a known process. But that little qualifier on the last point, removability on prepared walls, that should be a bit of a red flag. It hints at all the hidden costs of adhesives, the extensive prep work, and the potential wall damage when it's time for a change. All right, so now that we've met our contenders, let's see how they stack up in our first round, speed and disruption. For any active campus or, say, a clinical environment, this is often the most critical factor. Time isn't just money. It's about keeping things running.
Under 5 hours. Just let that sink in. That is an absolute game changer. It means a team can come in after hours and completely transform a space with almost zero disruption to your daily operations. I mean, just imagine the possibilities there. Now compare that 5-hour window to the whole vinyl supply chain. You're dealing with fabrication, then shipping, then installation. It's a multi-day process with multiple points where something could go wrong. A damaged roll or a scheduling conflict can push your whole project back by days, not just a few hours. Okay, so direct-to-wall is faster, but what about the cost? You're probably thinking it's a budget buster, right? For round 2, we're going to dig into the true cost, and I don't mean just the initial price tag, but the total cost of ownership.
This is such a critical insight. It's kind of like buying a car, right? You don't just look at the sticker price. You think about fuel economy, maintenance costs, resale value. The exact same principle applies here. The cheapest option right now can end up costing you a whole lot more in the long run. So take a look at this table. While vinyl might seem a little cheaper on day one, that end-of-life row tells a completely different story. With vinyl, you're paying for a crew to come in, scrape it all off, deal with that sticky mess, and then repair the inevitable damage to your walls. With direct-to-wall, you just prime and paint. It's clean, it's simple, and it is a far more cost-effective solution over time. We've talked speed, we've talked cost. Now it's time for the final round. Durability and quality. How do these graphics actually hold up in the real world? With backpacks, gurneys, cleaning carts, and just constant wear and tear. Here's the core problem with vinyl. It has a built-in failure point. The seams and the edges are its Achilles heel. Once an edge starts to lift, it's just a downward spiral of peeling, grime, and a worn-out look that really degrades your brand. We've all seen it. And direct-to-wall printing completely eliminates that failure point. There are no seams to fail, there are no edges to peel. The UV-cured ink bonds directly to the surface, creating this tough, scrubbable graphic that's pretty much as durable as the wall itself. So, after 3 pretty intense rounds, what's the verdict? Well, it isn't really about one being universally better. It's about making a smart, informed decision that's based on your priorities. Are you looking for a quick, temporary fix, or are you looking for a long-term, high-performance solution?
This slide lays it out perfectly. If you need a solution that's durable, seamless, and can be deployed super fast in a high traffic area, the clear winner is direct to wall. Now, if you're on a very tight initial budget and you just need a short-term graphic for a perfectly smooth temporary wall, vinyl might be an option. It's all about matching the tool to the strategic job.
So where do you go from here? Well, the expert approach is to de-risk your decision. Don't guess. Start with a pilot project, model the full lifecycle cost, audit your walls, and get your graphic assets standardized. The question isn't just about how your walls look today, but how you're building a smarter, more efficient, and more impactful campus for tomorrow. So, are you ready to win the wall war?